Hi Flosstube, I'm Tony the Flightless Stitcher. Welcome here if you're new, welcome back if you've been here before. If you have been here before, it's been quite a while since you've been here. I've been a bit MIA for over a year now. Just life. It's been incredibly busy. In fact, my stitching was down around 40,000 stitches last year. So I thought I'd start with a WIP parade, just because I've been going through and sorting out all the things in my house. I've had to shut everything. It's the middle of summer here because I am in New Zealand in a little town called Matamata, known to the rest of the world as Hobbiton. Yeah, so it's the middle of summer here, screaming hot. If you can hear a buzzing noise, which I'm hoping that you can't, it's the cord that's running up there, going out to our swimming pool. Don't get excited, it's an above ground swimming pool. We do not have an in-ground swimming pool yet. We moved into this house a couple of years ago and it's a bit of a work in progress. So it was a 1965 4-5 original house. We've done quite a bit to it, which is one of the reasons that I've been a bit MIA. We've got a new bathroom, we've got new roof, we've just put solar in. There's a new deck behind me which you can't see because I had to shut everything because of glare. There's new decks out the front, there's new windows in several of the rooms. We've still got a lot of rooms to go. We're procrastinating on the big one, which is the kitchen, living, dining room, bathroom, laundry, complete rejig. But this is a stitching channel, not a home decorating or renovation channel. So yeah, so essentially, yeah, I've just been renovating, working and what have you. So what I've been doing over the last little while is going through and sorting out all my WIPs, all my charts, figuring out where I'm at, all my stash. And I thought now's the time to come back. Hopefully this isn't a one-off. Last year I thought I was coming back with a WIP, well, it wasn't a WIP parade, it was a Flosstube, but there was that much to show that it worked out like a WIP parade. This time it is actually going to be a WIP parade. Nothing is in order, nothing is ironed. A few things are still in hoops as they are being worked on at this moment in time. I'll talk about my thoughts, my ideas, my plans and stuff as I go along. And yeah, we'll see what falls out. I'm kind of hoping that this isn't an hour long, but I have nearly 40 WIPs, so it could be a thing. Some of them are embarrassments, some of them I'm planning to restart, but again, we'll talk about that as we go along. I'm not going to mention anybody. I'm not going to, well, unless it's in passing. But I'm not going to do any shout outs or any giveaways or anything like that at all. I'm just literally going to do the WIP parade and see where we are. I've actually been trying to get this filmed for the last 2 weeks, but yeah, I was planning on doing it on the 2nd of January, which today is the 16th. Yeah, so I was planning on doing it on the 2nd, and our builders came back to finish the deck and they finally left on Sunday, but I've been a bit tied up with work for the last couple of days. And yeah, I've gone through, hopefully, I'm actually hoping that I don't have to edit this one, so you're going to get it warts and all, a little bit burbly, which is me to a T. If you're looking for if you're looking for somebody that's nice and polite, I'm probably not the person for you, but that's fine. Different strokes for different folks. Yeah, so yeah, let's get on with it. I'm going to start with a big one that's not actually a cross stitch, but it is a cross stitch pattern, so I'm going to start with that. I actually I will be referring to my computer a bit. I do have notes and what have you, but it was easier to work with my notions. Everything's right here. We are currently in my office, so this is where I spend most of my days. So I'm going to start with this one here, which I actually started on the 29th of October 2016, and I am only 10% in, so that's a little bit sad, but it's not actually a cross stitch. This is going to be a focus piece this coming winter, and the reason you'll see why in a second. It's actually a rug. I am making a rug. I took a whole pile of DMCs after I chose my pattern down to Spotlight, which is kind of New Zealand's version of Hobby Lobby, though a little bit budget. And went through their wool section and chose wools that I felt matched the DMCs, and then came home and sliced them all up. So I am actually doing so it's a little rug, and I'm doing the Story Keep Littlest Fairy, which is the artwork by Selena Fenich. Now I've already done one of her Heaven and Heaven and Earth ones several years ago I finished it at the beginning of last year for my sister, but I'll talk about that in an actual Flosstube, probably the next one out from there. Like I said, this is going to be burbly, and I'm really sorry, but I'm really out of practice doing this. So yeah, anyway, this is what she looks like. That's the chart that I'm doing, and this is where we have gotten to so far doing it. So she's going to have a little haircut later on. Just actually rethinking what I should have done here. But yeah, she's a bit big. But yeah, so that's how far I've gotten. She's got wings, essentially. She will get a haircut once she's finished, because although I tried very hard to make them all the same length, it didn't quite work. So I've got a whole pile of little things like that. That tells me what the number is. It's on the lid as well. I've got a giant bag of them, and I'm hoping to kick into that properly over winter. The reason, like I said, it's the middle of summer here, and sitting with that on my lap, I'll be a sweaty mess, so that's not going to happen. So yeah, that was my first one. Nothing from here on is going to be in order of date or anything like that, because it's literally just a pile of WIPs. I think from memory, I have currently got 36 active WIPs. So I went through, I made sure everybody had a cover photo so that I can hopefully do this without editing, just because that was one of my struggles last year. Was with editing. I actually did one that just got trashed in the end. It was just, yeah, I've been working on it, but yeah, there we are. So yeah, that's that one. So on to the next one. Now this one is my 25/7. Now this one I am actually doing for my dad. I am not taking this one out the hoop because, well, out the Q-snap, because I am currently working on it, but I am currently at around just a little over 30% done, and that is this one here. Now, oh, I didn't get cover photos for the next couple, unfortunately, but this is my 25/7. I will show a cover photo probably, if I haven't inserted it, I will show a cover photo when I do my next Flosstube, and it's very remiss of me, and I do apologise, but I am currently just a little over 30%. I think it's something like 31%. So yeah, that's where I'm at on that one right now. So that's for my dad. So that's my 25/7. Now my rule with my 25/7, or with anything that I have a rule with, is that I don't just finish on the 25 minutes. I finish when I finish that colour on the column down. Shoot, I should explain this a little bit better. Okay, so I don't just work, I work in columns down, the 10 bys. So I come down on a column, but I work across on that colour. And my rule is that I do 25 minutes, but I come across doing, for that 10 block, wherever that stitch finishes. With these ones here, a lot of them continue past where it's a practical for this, because this is the sky area. So I get a lot of stitching in on that. But this is so confetti heavy down here that sometimes I only get about 70 stitches in that 25 minutes. But we give it a go. Quite often up here I can get 500, 600, 700 stitches in my 25 minutes because I continue doing it, and it actually works out to like an hour, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so I just keep going. Due to that, in theory, I'm hoping I might get this finished this year, but I'm not holding my breath too hard on that, because I need to do something like 280 stitches on that a day, and if I was to do that every single day, I'm going to burn out. But we'll see how we go. If we don't get it finished this year, it won't be too far off. The other one that I'm currently working on that's going to remain in hope is I have just started, well, I actually started it last year, but I did a grand total of about 6 of these little motifs across the top, and that was it. But this was Jacob's Modern Folk Embroidery Stitch Along for 2024. And that's how far I've gotten on that. And this has mostly been done in the last 3 days. So yeah, I'm actually using 3 different colours. I've got Rocky Road by Threadworks, Rocky Mountain by Threadworks. That is a gorgeous black. It's my favourite black at the moment, and it's actually got tones of blues and greens in it, so you can't really see it on Flosstube, but in person you can see it quite well. Then we've got Kaylee's Cranberries in this red, and I'm using Dragonfly by Cottage Garden Threads. Yeah, Kaylee's Cranberries is also a Threadworks one. This is being stitched on something. It's definitely being stitched on something. What is it on? It's called No Time by the Present. Sorry, I'm terrible at this right now. And I am stitching it on something I didn't write down. I'm pretty sure it's 40 count, just straight white. Pretty sure it's 40 count, and I'm doing 2/2 because I like the density with Threadworks. Last year I did, not last year, the year before I did the 2023 stitch along, and I used the Rocky Mountain again, and I tried it with 1 strand and I wasn't liking the coverage, so I went to 2, and I love the vibrancy of it. I know it makes it a little bit bulky, but because this is just your bog standard white, it's it hasn't shrunk with dyeing or anything like that, so it actually works quite well. Right, okay, onward and upward. Now we come to my travel piece, which I'll just pull that one up so I see any information if I need it. Right, now, like I said, nothing is ironed. This, from now on, they're all out of the hoop though, so that's a thing. So my travel piece went with me last night, which is why it's a little bit of a jumble. Went with me last night to my dad's house. We go to Wine Wednesday to my dad's house every Wednesday, or 98% of Wednesdays we go. And at the moment I am doing something called 75 Hard, which is a challenge where you work out a couple of times a day. No drinking, no crap food, read 10 pages. So I'm not drinking, so Wine Wednesday's getting a bit boring. So I've been taking my travel project with me to Dad's house. So I'm doing the Walk Fast Sampler by Lindy Stitches, I think it was. Yes, it is. So yeah, this is, if you're a fan, sorry about the glare. I'm doing my best with the glare. There we go. If you're a fan of the Golden Girls, this is one of Rose Nolan's little phrases. So yeah, Walk Fast. Yeah, it's like that old Scandinavian saying, you can lead a herring to water, but you have to walk fast or he'll die. And this is where I'm at on this one. So we're actually getting along on this one. Okay, so I started this one on January the 7th, 2024, and currently I have done, glasses, 2,821 stitches, not including what I did last night, which I haven't actually put in there yet because I got home too late and I didn't care enough to actually count it. And the fabric that I am doing this one on is a 32 count Regency linen from Picture This Plus. Does that sound right? Okay, it must do. So that's what it says. So yeah, it's actually quite a gorgeous fabric. It's kind of like everything in Flosstube, it's actually not showing up too bad. But it's kind of got some purples and some yellows in it. Don't know if you're picking them up at all, but it's actually quite a gorgeous fabric. So that's that one. Right, now from there we move to the drawers that I have in my lounge, And last year for Christmas, my children were absolutely gorgeous, and they kitted up the Raven Queen by Nora Corbett. So the glasses are going to be on and the glasses are going to be off all day. So that's the Raven Queen. I'm sure you've all seen it before. So I made a little bit of a head start. I haven't done that many days on it. I'm actually stitching it on Overcast by Fortnight Fabrics, which it has got, again, it's got purples and greens in it. I don't know if you can pick it up. Kinda. But yeah, it's got blues and purples in it. It's absolutely stunning. It is really a stunning piece. So that's as far as I've gotten on it. So I've done most of the pillar there, the top of the pillar, but I've only put in, looking at this, I've only put in 6 days worth of work on that so far. I'm stitching it on using all the called fors because the kids actually went out and bought all the beads and the Krynics and stuff. They knew not to get the DMCs because I've got a full set, but they got me all the bits and bobs to go with it, so she's good to go. And so of course I had to start it. Then we go to my rainy day project. This is a bit of an embarrassment in all. There's going to be a few of those. There are quite a few embarrassments in here. So let me pull up the information regarding this one. Right. So mythical creatures. I'm sorry, the ones in the ones that are in the drawers, and there was only 7, 8. But the ones in the drawers didn't have cover photos, so I have to rectify that. I do apologize. Now this one's a big beastie. This is Mythical Creatures Cell, and I started this on the 30th of June 2021. Now this is supposed to be done for my granddaughter. She was born in 2019, and she's 6 this year. And it was supposed to have been given to her for her birthday by her 2nd birthday. So we've missed that mark by quite a bit. This is now my rainy day project, so I now stitch on this every time it rains. And so far this year I've actually gotten about 6 days in on it, and I have taken a couple of those days have only been just spits, but because it's damp fell down, I stitched on it and I managed to get the L done. But that's where I'm at on it currently. Yeah, so I just did the L on it the other day, and the Leviathan. So yeah, apparently it's going to rain in the next couple of days, so that's exciting. I'll be able to get started on the M, which I think is a mermaid. But yeah, that is my rainy day project. It is going to be finished this year, come hell or high water. It needs to be finished. We get a lot of rain in New Zealand. We get a really huge amount of rain in Matamata, so there is no reason why I can't get that done, especially seeing it seemed to only take me about 5 days to do one letter. Again, going with that philosophy that I have with my 25/7 is I finish with that colour while I'm there. Each letter actually fits in the hoop, so you're not moving the hoop around. You can do the whole thing in that one hoop movement. So yeah, in theory I should be able to get that done fairly easily, but track record is not going great. So then we move to, this was, these came out from Lola Crook. Come on, machine, why are you not working? Don't do this to me. Okay, okay, it's going to be a dick. Let's see if I have these in here. I think I have not put them in. No, I haven't put them in. Okay, Lola Crow did some Christmas carol, haunted Christmas things last year. I'm not going to look up the information. If you want it, just reach out and I'll give it to you. But I think I'm doing these on a 32 count. No, actually, it looks way smaller than that. It might be a 40. Could even be a 46 actually. Anyway, she did these, so I'm going to do, I've done 3 of the 6 that came out. I have bought this year's ones plus, so I've got another, there was 2 different sets that have actually come out this year, so I have bought both of those. These are going to go onto hoops, onto the crafting Christmas tree eventually once I get there, but I've done these 3, which was the Haunted Carolers, the Haunted House, and the Spooky Tree. So I've done those 3, and they look so cute. But I'm just going to do them in little hoops and hang them on the tree. But I've got the rest of them to go. Obviously, not everybody's going to fit on this fabric, but you never know. I'll give it a go. Might be able to get at least a couple more out. Oh, gosh, I can't believe that I haven't printed out for these ones. What a moron. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to have to do some editing, I think. Dang, never mind. Okay, so this one here might be a bit of a problem to show. So I'm going to actually, this one is in the hoop, but you'll see why. It doesn't need to come out at the moment. I'm doing this one for my son-in-law, and it's a video game sampler, and it was done for charity, and it's called the Video Game Sampler. It's done by Screaming Heart Designs. I started on the 26th of July. I'm stitching it on a black 40 count, and yeah, it's got lots of swearing in it, so when I do put it up, just be forewarned, this one is quite sweary, but that's as far as I've gotten so far. I do need to get back to that. I'm doing it for my son-in-law. Essentially, the lovely woman that actually has Screaming Heart Designers, she redesigned the middle bit to go with one of his extremely loud phrases, which has got a lot of swearing in it. I'm not going to repeat it because I don't want to get banned from YouTube. But yeah, when I do put it up, just be forewarned, there is a lot of swearing in this one, so cover your eyes if you're not interested. From there, we've got my gosh, it's still doing it. This is turning into a cluster. I'm so sorry, guys. It is what it is. I'm just going to keep going, because if I don't, then it's just not going to get done. But I've got the Supernatural Style from Witchy Stitcher. So this is where I've gotten to. Massive amounts need to still be done. Octopus's Garden's getting a bit of a workout here. So I've done the entire frame, and now I've started on these guys. I have the Banshee, the Werewolf, and the Siren done. The Siren to me was more of a mermaid, so I did her in blue. Werewolf, I don't know if you can see, but he's a little bit fuzzy. Nope, you're not going to be able to pick that up. He's fuzzy. And did I change anything on the... Oh yeah, the Banshee, I did her hair as fuzzies as well. So again, I don't think you can see that, but I've been changing heaps on it. I've used a Night Spirit Studio, I think, on the, I might be wrong, on the Supernatural. I've picked up some, there's some Kryneck in there. There is some of the bats of Kryneck. These are a satiny rayon type thread. Oops, where are we going? Over here. Problem with not being able to see. All the little people at the bottom I did in red. I think that was Cherry Bling, actually. Could be wrong. But yeah, I do, again, I've got it all written down, but we'll have to wait and see once we won't have to wait and see anything. If you are actually interested, I will send you all the information of what I've done with that. Oh, fabric. I'm doing it on Monster Mash. I think 40, no, 36 count. Called me a liar again. So 36 count Monster Mash, which is one of my favorite fabrics. A lot of this stuff is going to appear on my Flosstubes, and I will be better organized once I get there. I just really wanted to get this over and done with so that I can feel like I can get on with things. I'm a terrible human. Okay, right. Oh, look, we have a cover photo. So, then we go to Hawk Run, Halloween at Hawk Run. Hello, we've all seen it, we all know it, we all love it, and 98% of us are all behind on it. So, I dyed this fabric myself. Not 100% sure that I did the right thing on that. Where has it gone? Where has it gone? Where has it gone? There it is. Okay. I started this on the 29th of October 2022. I'm stitching it on a, was a 30 count, but it's shrunk a heck of a lot. I dyed it myself, and that's as far as I've gotten. So I've only done the first panel, and most of that was was over Halloween this year, over October this year. So, but I have got that first panel done. Hope to get a second panel done for next year. Yeah, the only, like I said, the only thing is the little ghosties. I don't even know if you can pick it up in here, but there are little ghosties in there. You can barely see them, but when you look on the pattern, you can barely see the ghosties on the pattern either. So I don't know if I'm going to leave it or outline it. I'm not going to rip it, but yeah, I mean, like, they are there. You can kind of see the little eyeballs, which tells you that they're there. But yeah, we'll wait and see. Something will come up. And then, oh look, another cover photo. Then we go to this one. This one I'm actually doing, my husband and I have no headboard on our bed. I use a couple of Euro pillows up against the wall. So this and its sister piece are going to be our headboard when I've done it. Originally we were going to do it, and I was going to get some like barn doors or something and put them into that and use that as a frame. But I've had a couple of other ideas since then, so we'll wait and see. I'm sorry, you're getting glare in my glasses as well. But yeah, so there we are with that. And that one, so that's Royal Games too, anyway. Sorry, I should use all the words. Should be able to find the R. There we are. Why can I not see anything? And again, I've just been working on this just recently. So in the hoop, I think this is definitely the last one that's in the hoop. I started that on July the 10th, 2023. We're stitching it on a 28 Lagana because of the beading. And this is as far as I have currently gotten. So, yeah, we're getting there. I'm actually thinking I might go through and do the beading while I'm here. But yeah, she's actually looking quite fantastic. So that's the first one I'm doing because I actually quietly prefer the second one. So I thought I'll do the first one first because she's not my favourite. Although she's beautiful, she's not my favourite. And then we'll move on to the one that is my favourite that I can't wait to stitch. So now we start the bin. Goodness. So in this one, this is going to be Drama Central from here on. Because I don't know what's in anything until I open it up. That's why nothing's going to be in order. Okay, so we have Dragon with Embroidery. Okay. I started this on the 10th of the 2nd, 2024, and I want to get it finished by the end of February 2025. So I'm gonna have to haul butt because I'm only halfway through. I last worked on it in June, so I've got July. I was doing 800 stitches a month, did a great job right up until June. July fell off the wagon completely. I'm doing it on 36 count fortnight fabric with no name, and this is how far I have gotten. So I've even done some of the back stitch. Yep, let's see if I can straighten this out for you. Oh shoot, I am not doing anything with a card. I just had a button. That's what I need, Flosstube purchasing. Okay, so this is where we're at. Okay, so that's how far I have gotten. So essentially I'm around halfway through. So if I concentrate on it, I should actually be able to get through that fairly fast. I've just got the little dragon to go. So yeah, he has 9,158 stitches to do, and I am currently at 48.6%. So I really am just about halfway through, and I did that in 9 stitching days. So admittedly they were big stitching days. It's amazing what happens when you work on a weekend in winter. But yeah, that's as far as I have gotten on that. I think we're starting to find our rhythm, and I'm really sorry about how bad this has been. But we have to start somewhere, and it's been over a year. and prior to that it had been a good 9-10 months, so I'm really out of practice. Okay, if you don't like swearing, you might want to look away again. Okay, so this is a Stitchman Darcy chart. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. And I am stitching it using most of these, unless I tell you, I'm stitching with the cooled fours. This is kind of handy, at least. This was, oh, helps if you get it around the right. And this is where I have gotten to. Okay. So that's as far as I have gotten. I can hold this one up and do this one-handed. I started this on the 17th of January 2024. Like I said, using the cooled fours, and I am stitching it on the blank page, which is a 32 count linen by Starlight Stitchery. So that's as far as I've gotten. When this one is finished, I actually have this amazing wooden platter that I found. It's a hand-carved platter. It's about that long, about that deep, that you would normally have in the 70s put 60s, 70s, put like little sandwiches or something at a gathering, and I'm actually going to melt it in there and use that as the frame for Christmas decoration on our front door. Yes, on my front door. We are that bougie. Okay, this one is attached. Oh, there will be hanging threads with a lot of stuff too, as you've probably already noticed. I do park my threads. It works for me, and I'm not going to get rid of them just for a floss tube. Okay, so I did start the Deadly Aquarium Sale. That's what it's supposed to look like right at the end. Admittedly, I was 2 months late starting it. I didn't get very far. I haven't even finished the frame. I'm stitching it on 46 count Boneyard by Bestitch Me, and I started it on the 17th of the 5th, 24, and I stitched on it for 7 days. Now, this is as far as I have gotten on that. Now, the thing is with this, I love the pattern. I do love it. It is beautiful. I get it. I get the hype. I love Lola. I love Lola Crow. I actually have a lot of hers, as you can tell. I've already shown you one, but I'm not sure if I'm going to continue with this. I haven't thrown it. I haven't put it in the naughty pile. I'm not 100% convinced it's me. So I'm sitting on it. But every time I look at it, I think, yeah, I will. And then I pick it up and I go, no, I won't. And then I pick it up and put it down and I go, yeah, I will. And I'm just doing that backwards and forwards at the moment. So, I don't know. That one may end up being put aside. I love the fabric. Definitely love the fabric. I was a member of the Bestitch Me fabric thing for, I'm going to say 9 months. But I had to give it up. New Zealand postage and packaging to New Zealand's gotten ridiculous, and so for that size piece of fabric it was costing me over $100 to get it to New Zealand, and I can't justify that on fabric. I'm sorry, but I've picked back up with Colour Cascade now that they've reopened, so I'm a member of their Fabric of the Month Club, and also I get Lakeside Needlework over in the UK. I get Lakeside Needlework? That's not right, is it? Bear with. I better double check myself, because Lakeside Needlecraft. Yeah, Lakeside Needlecraft. I get their printed fabric in a 36 count. I get a 40 count from Colour Cascade. And that's the wrong place. Go to the correct place, Tony. Wakey, wakey. Right. This is Dee's Stitch for Pride. Again, I'm a little bit behind on this, and yes, I know the orientation of the fabric is wrong. but that's okay because these are actually going to all be cut out individually, and I'm going to make them into little pillows, and I'm going to hang them from a big macrame strand down probably the side of the TV, to be honest. But I have gotten to, I think I need to do September, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I've got to do September, October, November, and December. So I'm running a little behind. I have got the determined fabric, the called for determined fabric. I did that in a 40 count, or determination, determination, one of them. But I am just picking my own cottons, and if anybody's actually interested, I mean, you can always go and have a look at my stuff on Instagram because I always publish what I'm doing on there. So you could always go and have a look on Instagram, but if you do want to know what I have used at any point, just give me a shout and I will let you know. That's no worries. So that was January, and I think that was February, and I think we then went to March. I think April. Well, that doesn't show up very well here at all, but it shows up really well here randomly. Then there was like that one. I've lost track of where we are. I just placed them in different places, and that one and that one. I will, when I have finished this, do a proper Flosstube extra on this, I think, just to because I've gone and I have bought some artwork from some of the artists. Last year she featured modern artists of the LGBTQ world. And sorry, words are hard today. I'm stumbling over myself so bad. But she featured modern artists, and I ended up buying a few bits and bobs. So I've got some paintings on a wall, or prints on a wall, and I've gotten some other bits and bobs. So I'll probably do a full thing, or I might just do something on Insta. On Insta, I am also the Flightless Stitcher, or Flightless Stitcher. Yeah, so fairly easy to find. Just I'll put the links below anyway, but you'll be able to see what I've done there. Right, so that's that one. That was a mess. Honestly, anybody would think it was my first time. Okay, now I haven't touched this one in a little while either. Okay, this one is El Forest Vodnoy, and I got the kit with all the little what's-its. So these are all the little guys that go with that. And I have stitched on it for 3 days last year. I think I'm around halfway. We have a fish and a man, but that's where I'm at. So now we're up to the grunt work. He looks so cute. So cute. And like, yeah, now we're down to the grunt work. It's not 50%. It's getting close though. It's probably about a third. But yeah, so that's where he's at, and like he's been sitting on my coffee table for the last couple of weeks because I really want to get onto him again and get him finished, because he's backwards. It helps if you do it around the right way. So there. Honestly, after watching this, I'll be surprised if anybody ever watches me again, and I don't blame you. Just being a part of this on this end, and I'm going cringe. Okay, next we have a Great White Christmas. I started this on the 3rd of May 2024. It's on 40 count Picture This Plus in Gothic, and I have done 3 days on it, and I'm at 6.2%. So that's what she'll look like when she's finished. And because it's so teeny tiny, that's as far as I have gotten in that time frame. But it's a start. Now I am also stitching this with a grey silk from by Silks From You, which I love. Makes stitching such small numbers so beautiful. because the silk just slides through. Next, where are we at? We are 40 minutes in, guys. This just keeps going. Right, next. Leela's Studio, Halloween Quaker. Again, we all know we are all behind, except for a couple of people that have managed to finish it. I am not one of those. I am stitching this on a 40 count. Picture this plus in murky, and got this around the correct way. That's as far as I have gotten. I just love working on this piece. Here we go, that's better. I love working on this piece. She is one of my favourite pieces to work in. I am using all the called for colours, so all the colour cascades and what have you. And but then I love pretty much everything I'm stitching on unless I tell you otherwise. And if I don't love it, why am I doing it? Right, next. Okay, now we come to the embarrassments. Okay, right. This one, Portrait of Cecilia Galliani. Cecilia Gallerani by Leonardo DiCaprio, charted by Heaven and Earth, also known in my family as Lady with One Eyebrow. She is known around the world as Lady with Stoat, but we call her Lady with One Eyebrow because she actually has one eyebrow. We googled it just to find out why, and apparently it was a fashion statement back then. Who knew? So I am currently working it on a 28 count Lagana, started on the 27th of September 2021, and as of 2024 I have done 1.3%, and that was just so I could find out if she would fit. She fits. That one will stay working on this fabric. I actually don't mind that on this one. There's going to be lots of, I mean, there's always confetti in a Heaven and Earth, but that one's not too bad. So I'll stick working with that one on this, but I do have a couple that I'm going to restart. Right, let go. We move from there to here. Come on, up the phone. Right. Oh, crap. Move the water. I was going to have a sip, especially when I was stumbling over my own. Actually, I will have a sip. Bear with. Right. Okay. This is Apocalypse Princesses, art by Tess Fowler, charted by Plain Free Crafts. This is actually one of my favourite ones. I wanted to start this forever and I've done hardly anything on it. I am currently, well, I started on the 15th of June. Oh crap, what happened there? What did happen there? What the heck is going on here? Must be something heavy. Sorry. Bear with. Seems to be my phrase of the day. Okay, it shrunk the whole thing. Oh, now I've overshrunk. That's better. Right. Okay. Sorry, I shrunk the whole thing. Couldn't see a dang thing. Yeah, so when I popped it down, it all landed on the keyboard and it must have hit the control button and the decrease button, so everything just went, which makes it hard to know what I'm doing. So again, I'm stitching on a 28 count Lagana, Apocalypse Princesses, very cute. There is, if you actually want to read the story, there is actually a really cool story behind every princess. I think it's on the pain-free site, but if you give it a Google it will pop up. So I started that again, like I said, on the 15th of June 2021. I am currently at 11.6%. Now don't get excited, the only reason I'm at 11.6% is because all the stuff around the outside is stitched white, and I went no, so I have not stitched that much. I've just refused to stitch that much. And now I've buried my what's it. Where did I bury it to? Where did I bury it to? I've buried the thing. Oh dear, I'm going to need that thing. Okay, so, but this is where I'm at. It's going to be easier if I do this. So, because she a bit of a beast. So that's where I'm at. So she is going to fit on the fabric. Yay. Anybody that was here for Warm My Feet knows I had a little bit of trouble with the fact that her feet weren't going to fit. I made her feet fit, by the way, but that's a story for another day. So that's where we're at with that one, and I've done enough in there that I will keep going with that one, but I wish I'd used an easy grid on that. I did not. What the heck have I done? Sorry, I'm trying to find my blackbird design. I think I picked it up and put it in there. Sorry, it's a chart that's the chart that I'm using for this, so that you can see things. Right, okay, onward and upward. Try not to shrink everything again. Okay, so we're doing the Halloween crystal ball. That was a sale from sometime in the past. Okay, it must have been 2022, because I know I started at the year it came out. So it was a 3-part sale. I haven't even finished the first one. I am currently, there's 13,184 stitches in that. I am using the called for colours. I'm doing it on a 32 count Dark Side of the Moon by Colour Cascade, and I did 1 day on it last year and I'm at 6.4%. So huge piece of fabric, but that's where I'm at. After finding it, I forget to use it, because that's who we are. So that's where I'm at. That's not even correct. Yes it is it not? Where the heck am I? Oh no, it goes that way. Ha! Let's put it the correct way around. So that's where we're at. So I do want to get back to that because I love the colours, especially the way they're popping on this fabric is just astounding. Like, look at the way those oranges look on this fabric. Can you see? Can you see? Probably not. Okay. Oh, shoot. Oh, a zipper. Okay. Right, now we have a giant piece of fabric for my giant piece of work that I have done 1 arch on, which is fine. Shoot, get on there. So we are doing our first long dog, and we are doing Saga. I have several long dogs that I want to do, but we decided to start with this one. Correct way up. So that's one we decided to start with, and we started it on the 17th of May 2024, and no we didn't, we purchased it that day. We started it on the 9th of October and we did the first arch. I am doing this with Silks for You. This is a silk black, which all the arches will be in the black, and I am going to variate the colour all the way down. So the first one is pink. I think I'm going to orange next, then a red, then a purple, then a blue. So yeah, that's where I've gotten to there, which is a grand total of not even 1%. Well done, me. Right. Next. I think we're only halfway. Holy crap, this is going to take forever. I'm trying to rush this through. Oh, okay. I like this one. I like all of them. Right. Okay. Okay, this one is That Which Does Not Kill Us by Urban Stitches. Okay. I am stitching this on a 35 count flax, I think so I got. I started it on the 30th of July 2022, and I stitched on it for 5 days in 2024, and I've managed to get those two done. So I'm not going to do the whole frame to begin with, because I don't trust myself and my quilting skills, especially with black work, to actually make it meet on the other end. So we're not doing that, but we are doing the called for colours. So that's where we've gotten to there. Okay. Batter up. Oh, this one's been going for a while. Okay, this one's so old that it was back before I discovered that you shouldn't use tape, but I don't care. So I used to duct tape everything together. Don't yell at me. So this one is Ellis and Clockwork, Jasmine Beckett Griffith, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. That's what she looks like. I started it the 27th of January 2022. I have not touched her in over a year. She is at 2.6%. No, I'm not going to retire her. Yes, I still love her. But that's as far as we have gotten. And I think, yeah, no, that's coming down the side. So that's as far as I have gotten. I do genuinely like this one. It's just what I found with my full coverages is I seem to only want to work on at least one or two at a time. I have one, my full coverage is always going to be a 25/7, my main focus one, and my secondary one, which then moves to main focus once that one gets finished, will be the rainy day one. The only reason that's different at the moment is because I need to get that mythical creatures one done before my granddaughter turns 21. Right. Okay, this one I'm probably going to restart. This was before I knew about, I'd seen, New Zealand's very isolated when it comes to products and things. So if you don't know, you don't know. And I didn't know about Easy Grid originally, and then when I did find out about Easy Grid, I thought you could only get it in the really small, the really big counts, and small counts, like 14 and 16. But I've just, since I realised not that long ago that you can actually get it in a 28 if you know where to look. Because every time I went to look, the places where I would normally buy from tend to only stock like the 16s and the 18s. But now that I've realised I can actually get it in 28, I will be getting some in 28 in the not too distant future, because I'm doing, I've got a couple that I really do want to do, but they're so confetti heavy and I'd rather go a bit cross country on them. So that's going to be a lot easier with a gridded fabric, and this is one of them. So Amy Stewart's, it's a treasure hunt one, isn't it? Yeah, treasure hunt bookshelf. So I'm going to restart this one, I think. I haven't gotten too far in it. I did start it on the 18th of the 2nd, 2022, and that's as far as I have gotten. And in that, I think there is, every, like 100 different colours have been used in that space. It's just ridiculous. And it's just so hard to work on with such a small area of, with no gridding. So I definitely think I'm going to restart that one with a easy grid and see if that works. Right. Goodness me. Okay, moving along. This one is Witch Sisters by Oh My Stitch Shop. I'm doing it on a 32 count Lagana. I started on the 21st of October 2022, and I have got a massive start of that. I do want to finish it. It's very cute. I love Hocus Pocus, so it really appealed to me. I just haven't gotten back to it, that's all. No excuses, no reason, just embarrassed is what it is. This is another one I want to get back to. I did stitch on it last year, but not enough. It's very, very backstitch heavy. This you actually don't realise just how much backstitching is in this one. So it's Lakeside Needlecrafts Halloween Candlestick cell parts. Well, not going to say part 6 because that's the picture. I'm doing the middle at the moment. I've just finished the middle. I think I've still got some backstitching to go on it. We'll have a look in a second together. But I'm doing it on their 32 count even weave pumpkin. They do all their Halloween sales on pumpkin, near as I can tell, and I've got another 3 or 4 to do after I finish this one. Started at the 1st of April 2022. By the end of 2024, I'm at 32.1%, and that's what she's looking like right now. So yeah, definitely some more back stitching to go, but yeah, that whole candlestick is actually back stitched, and I wasn't going to do it, and then I realized it looked better if you did, so I'm doing it. But she's taken a while because she's a bit of a beast. It's actually a surprising amount of stitching in that one. Whoops, let's not put that in there. That's what got us in trouble before. Let's not repeat the same mistakes twice in the same day. Right. Okay, sorry, I'm trucking along real fast because we're at 57 minutes and I was hoping to be done in under an hour, and that's not going to be a thing. So, Glendon Place, this is Halloween Luck. That's what it looks like. I haven't gotten very far on this because I've been concentrating on, yep, that's all I've done. I've been concentrating on the Sleepy Hollow one. So one of the things I'm doing going forward, and this started 2023, which this didn't, is I try to work on one designer's thing at a time. I don't like to have more than one designer's project going at a time, just because otherwise I end up with, like, seriously 7 gazillion whips. Okay, so I started this one in October the 10th 2022, and I'm stitching it on 28 count eek on Picture This Plus, which is a cute little soft orange fabric, and I'm quite fond of it, and it will get done, but probably not until, I probably won't go back to this one until I finish Sleepy Hollow. Now do be aware, and you will see soon, I am sure, I actually got a lot done on Sleepy Hollow last year. So I definitely could be finished this year, and definitely could be trucking on to getting that one underway. Okay, this one is called Glass with Rose and Wine by Cora Camo, which is on Etsy. It has a sister one which is white or Sauvignon or something like that. Anyway, so that's what it looks like. I'm stitching it on just a 32 count black. I started on September the 13th 2022, my birthday. I am currently at 33.4% on it, and I did 3 days on it last year, and so this turns out is running quite close to the top, but that's okay, there's still framing room, and that's how far we've gotten. So I've got the glass itself, oh god, this is a mess. The glass itself is pretty close to done, but I've just got the carafe behind it to go. So essentially, I've done pretty much the glass. I've got the base to go, but I've got all these grapes to go, and I've got the run up to the carafe, but I've got this one. So it's trucking along. We're getting there. Whew. Goodness me. Fabric for the other one. Oh, it's Colour Cascade Black. Huh. Right, last handful out of my basket. Shouldn't be too much longer now, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Famous last words, right? Okay. Hemlock and Rye. The misspelt sample. I actually love this. This is gorgeous. Makes me giggle every time I read it. Okay, so I started this on the 14th of January 2024. I'm stitching it on 46 count 90 Nightshade by Bestitch Me. And I did 5 days on it for 1,143 stitches last year. And that's what she'd be looking like. So, yeah. And a wee doggo going on there, I think. Is it a doggo? Is it a doggo? Looks like a doggo. And there's a wee birdie up the top. Yeah. They actually stick out a lot better in person than they do in this. They're fading in quite a lot. So, yeah, that's how far I've gotten. Stitching it with all the called for colour cascades and weeks. Goodness me, I took everything out on that one. If I don't put them back in the bag, you know this is going to be a cluster afterwards and I'll never find a dang thing again. Right. Right, okay, onwards to Plum Street Samplers, Jack's Bash. That's what it's going to look like. If I can get the glare to stop glaring. And I am currently... okay, start again. I started on the 14th of January 2024. I've done, it's being stitched on 32 count frozen by Forbidden Fibre, and I did 3 days on it at the beginning of the year. Might have done a day in the middle actually, but that's where we're at. So love it. Can't wait to get that one on the wall. Officially over an hour, guys, but we're nearly there. As you can tell, I'm hooning along. It's actually working out a lot better since I started hooning. Alright, okay. Chatelaine. This is Spider Web Lace, which looks like that. This is my starter one. I have 3 that I'm going to do, this being the starter. I am stitching it on a 32 count, actually it might be a 28 count, that I dyed myself. And I am doing the beading and everything as I go along. So that's how far I've gotten. This one, because it's such a small one, you don't quite have to start in the middle. But I just wanted to make sure I knew what I was doing before I tackle my really big one. So there's a stepping stone process here. That's the small one. After this is done, I have another one that I'm going to go on to, which is a medium, before I tackle my big one. This technically isn't a whip, but it is. Is that correct? Am I on the right one? Yes, I am. Okay. This is Plum Street Samplers bunnies. So these are all my threads to go with my bunnies, or hairs. And I am doing all of the hairs. And I'm going to do them onto little flat folds, I think, eventually. So I've gotten the first one done. Which looks like that. That was Here's Halloween. And from there, we've got, keeping them all together because they're all going to be done. Here's Hunt. Here's Christmas. I love these bunnies, especially the naughty little one. They remind me of Bob's Burgers and Louise, to be honest with you. Here's Autumn. Yep, Louise hanging upside down. Here's Winter. Here's Spring. And here's Summer. So they're all going to be done, they're all going to be flat folds, and they're all going to be displayed. So they're all staying together in that one space. So technically, even though it's not really a work in progress, it is a work in progress. So it stays in the bin. And one day, very soon, I'm going to get my bunnies back out again. Ah, here we go. Right. Okay, so we have Sleepy Hollow by Glendon Place. Again, we all know it. We all have seen this one. She's been around for a while. She's a bit of a beast, to be honest with you. I started this on the 22nd of October, sorry, the 24th of October 2022, stitching it on 32 count colour cascade Stormbringer, and I did 15 days on it in 2024. Actually use the back of this one because it's slightly bigger, and that's where we've gotten to. So the moon is done. We are starting on the horsey. A little bit of the edging done. So I would suggest we're probably about halfway, because I have done all of that, most of that, well, that bit of that, just got the other end to do, and all of that bit around there, the pumpkin's done, the moons are done, so I've just got the, yeah, I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to do this bit down the bottom, to be honest with you. I may stop it here. I'll see how I feel when I get there. There is a very good chance that that's going to be the thing, though. But then on the other side of that, I may get there and go, ah, keep going. We'll wait and see. It'll be a surprise to all of us. So, back in there. I'm going to have to go back through and fold these. Right. We are nearly there. Last two. Okay. Nope. Okay. Christmas Witch by Kathy Barrick. And that's what it looks like. And I'm a little over halfway on this one. So I started it, when did I start it? 14th of January 2024. I am stitching it on a 32 count fortnight with no name. Fortnight fabric with no name, and I did 11 days on it last year for 4,828 stitches. So that's where I'm at. So I've just got the other half to do. So literally just got that side to do, though the cat scares me. Mostly because that's going to be tough. That dress was a beast, that cat's going to be a beast. Mind you, the rat's not going to be much better. But never mind, onward and upward. Oh my lord, it's getting so hot in here now. I don't want to turn the air conditioning on. It's now 12:30. Yeah. And she's stonking hot. Right, okay, our final one. As far as I'm aware, unless I've got one stashed away somewhere. Don't get me wrong, that could actually be a thing. I could have one somewhere. So this one was a artsy housewife within a dream. It's a tier 4 Patreon chart. I'm sure it's going to be published at some point because it's so popular. I started it on the 31st of August 2024. I'm doing it on 40 count Candy by Colour Cascade. And I did 7 days on it for 2,670 stitches. See, I told you we were going to get better at this as we went along. I will get my rhythm back. Now, I'm doing this with the Roxy Floss Coat. Would I do that again? Probably not. This has cost me a freaking fortune. Beautiful though, absolutely stunning colours. It was the conversion Roxy Floss Co, and that's where we are at. Helps if we put it up the right way, make sure it's around the wrong way. Right, so that's where we are at. So I think, yep, I have essentially done the border to there. So I'm going to start doing the fill next time I go back. And like I said, the only reason I'm saying that I don't know if I would get the Roxy Floss Co again is not because they're not beautiful. They really, really are. It is pure and simple. This was over $100 worth of cottons to bring into the country, and at that kind of cost, I don't know if I'd do that again. But in saying that, they are stunningly beautiful. So never say never, but the chances are extremely remote. So that is my charts, very poorly put together. So yeah, hopefully I haven't bored you stupid. Hopefully you haven't wandered off and made a cup of tea, though I won't blame you if you have, or just changed and moved on to somebody else. I'm going to leave you now, and hopefully I will be back next week with an actual floss tube. Because I do want to get back into doing regular floss tubes, maybe every 2 weeks, maybe every month. We'll wait and see. More likely to be on a Wednesday. I am trying to give myself a bit of a routine here so that I know where I'm at. But yeah, anyway, look after yourselves and let's talk soon.